Once upon a time, way before Star Wars debuted, in Darwin's faraway and isolated islands of the Galapagos, the beautiful yet elusive Lady Luck wandered around in a depressed state, contemplating her love life and lamenting the poor selection of men on her tiny island. Was she doomed to a life of solitude, kept company only by her pet land/marine iguana? Meanwhile, not far off, the bold and dashing, though a bit pushy, Sir Tenacity was also contemplating the poor mating pool and his bleak future in it. Coincidentally, the two wandered onto each other's paths and were immediately smitten. Sir Tenacity was excited about the prospect of getting lucky. After a brief courtship, Sir Tenacity, fearing that his beautiful Lady Luck might run out on him, took her aside one day. "Lady Luck," he said, passionately, "all we need in life is each other. You and me." He got down on one knee. "Marry me!" he demanded. Lady Luck seized her chance and the two were married the very next day. It was the perfect match. Everyone said it would be a success. 9 months later... Well, actually it was 8 months, but we don't need to go into that. Lady Luck gave birth to a beautiful set of quadruplets. The first child, named Pat, was the most unfortunate of the four. He was born with recessive genes and did not inherit either tenacity or luck from his parents. "Well, you'll just have to make do," said his mother, rather disappointed. Eager to show that he didn't need either the luck or tenacity gene to succeed, he applied to MIT but was promptly rejected.
"Chin up, boy,"
said his father.
"Yank yourself up by your bootstraps and get out there and prove yourself."
But having no tenacity himself, the son slipped into a state of lethargy. He moved to Switzerland and quickly became depressed by the state of things there. "The only good thing here is the cows," he cried. "I just don't want to live anymore." He put his revolver to his head and pulled the trigger. However, he was ill-prepared and had forgotten to buy bullets, and the oversight instilled in him a newfound joie de vivre. Filled with a new childlike wonder, the son decided that he didn't need tenacity or luck to be a success. He would focus his life on doing the kinds of things that had brought him joy as a child. "When there's nothing else to do, I can always build and experiment with things." Shockingly, he was quickly killed after plugging an LED into a wall outlet.
"If only he had had intelligence,"
cried his mother. The second child, Nat, was born with tenacity, but unfortunately, no luck. With his tenacity, he bribed his way into MIT and was convinced he would find success. But after an unfortunate incident involving him slamming down the piano cover on the hands of Martha Stewart, he was promptly kicked out of MIT. "I don't need them anyway," he snarled. "I've got drive. I can do my own thing." He poured his energy into developing a revolutionary idea for a form of transportation that he believed would change the world and bring him success. He traveled the country, giving talks and promoting his invention to anyone who would listen. But still, success eluded him. He couldn't understand why, until, after giving a lecture on his invention one day, he was approached by Lance Armstrong, who had come to see his invention. "It is a revolutionary form of transportation," admitted Lance. "But man, you're just reinventing the wheel."
"If only he had asked around first,"
Lady Luck said to her husband,
"and had better people skills. He must have learned his communication skills from you."
But Sir Tenacity would have none of that.
"Bloody hell! I wasn't nearly as bad as Iltarish's dad,"
he said.
"Besides, it was creativity that he lacked."
The third child, Matt, was born with no tenacity but plenty of luck. He applied to MIT and was accepted, after his application was mistaken for that of a rather prominent scientist. But ultimately, he failed out of school because of his lack of drive. He decided to travel around the world. And while traveling through the land of Butane, the kind people there gave him a plot of land. And while gardening on his land one day, he came across an enormous batch of winter grass. He didn't have the gumption to sell the crop, so instead he spent the rest of his days guzzling it all himself. And before he knew it, Butane had a terrible overpopulation problem.
He's such a goddamn hippie,
grumbled his father to Lady Luck.
I blame you.
I suppose we should just be thankful that he's happy,
she replied, unconvincingly.
But if only he had had the business experience to start a company, he could have been a millionaire.
The fourth and final child, Cat, was the star of the family. She was born with both luck and tenacity. Lady Luck and Sir Tenacity were very proud. Then they couldn't wait to see how much she would succeed. As expected, she attended MIT and she graduated with honors. Upon graduation, she was offered 2 lucky opportunities: the chance to go to music school as a pianist, or the chance to make a really big book. It wasn't a hard decision. She went to music school. But even after hours and hours and weeks and months and years of hard work and determination, she just couldn't cut it. I should have chosen the big book idea. After their final child's failure, Lady Luck and Sir Tenacity became severely depressed.
I thought they were bound to succeed,
cried Sir Tenacity.
I thought it was so simple. Our gene pool is so bloody shallow, not even tadpoles can flourish in it.
Will we ever live to see success?